Yeah, first of all, it was great to play in front of a home crowd again. It's been a year and a half, and our freshmen and even our sophomores haven't experienced that, so the atmosphere was great today. I thought that was awesome. It's never fun when you lose, but I think one of the big things that we're gonna have to learn to do is just win together. We played them neck and neck until the last 4 minutes, and that's when win or lose a lot of games. We got a lot of young guys, so that's gonna be big. And obviously, going back, there's things that everyone could have done differently. A couple turnovers here and there, a couple fouls, a couple missed defensive assignments, that kind of thing. But it's all things that we'll learn from. And I think we have a really exciting group, and there's a lot of things to build on. They have a lot of on the opposite side, they have a lot of seasoned guys over there that have been through the ringer a little bit. But at the end of the day, it comes down to all five guys. We got me, we got Xander out there who have played a lot of minutes. Even Dre has. But like I said, that's part of the growing pains that we're going to go through. But the exciting thing is that we have the potential to be really good. Elvin stepping up, hitting big shots, Ian getting after it, that kind of thing. So there's a lot of things to be excited about, and I think that's what we're going to focus on going forward.
Let's talk about you. You had a great game. You're not talking about that at all. You have to bring it out anyway, I guess. But this is the kind of game where you were perfect at the foul line, hitting three-point shots. Is this something you think you need to do when you have a night like this where you're feeling it and the other guys are feeding you, or what?
Yeah, I think that's what you ended with is the biggest thing. The other guys were feeding me. Every time we threw it in the Andre screen in the post or Malachi or Tim, they were coming down hard on them. So he did a great job of kicking it, and then just setting screens. Zan, Elvin found me a lot. When the offense is going through me, I feel confident with it, and my teammates do a great job of letting me go with it, which I think is huge. But at the end of the day, it really comes down to that last 4 minutes and getting buckets in those 4 minutes when it's tied, when we're down 2, when we need to get a crucial bucket, and I think that all comes down to execution and that kind of thing. So, definitely.
You're pressing a little bit on those threes at the end because of the situation.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you look at the scoreboard. It's tough, when you see you're down 3, down 5, to not press a little bit. But it is what it is, and I think we're definitely going to get better from it. So.
You played the Wolfpack almost even up in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see progress in this game from your underlings, the sophomores and the freshmen?
Oh, absolutely. They first of all, they did a great job at NC State. I would have not been as successful as them in my first college game, opening up with them at that arena. But then even this week in practice, I think that the good thing about our young guys is they just want to learn, they just want to get better, and they listen, they ask questions, and even just going over first scout to our second scout, they learn a little. They pick up things from last time. They're like, oh, are we doing this again this time? What's changing, what's different, that kind of thing. So I think that game preparation is something that they're going to get a lot better with, and they're going to continue to grow. They're kind of I don't want to say polar opposites, but they're quite different teams that we opened up with. Penn's a little more methodical with the way they play, and then NC State obviously very athletic, gets after you. But that Penn teams, they give us a look of a lot of what we're going to see in the league too, which is really good. And they're a really good team. Give credit to them. I know Coach Donahue pretty well. Being from the city and everything, they're well coached, and they'll do well in their league. So those are the big things. And Coach D always preaches this to us that in our non-conference we're not going to schedule any easy ones. We're all doing things for a reason. We're doing them to get better. I know they're going to be very physical. They finished at the top of the MAC. The past couple of years. They really get after you. It'll be a little different, style of play than it was today. A little more like NC State, but that comes with it, and that'll be more of our game preparation and getting ready for them. What's going to change? What's going to be the same? So, but they're a good team, and like I said, no easy ones, so they'll be ready to play. No, I think he's grown so much from freshman to sophomore year, just especially physically. He's way bigger, stronger. His footwork's great, the way he scores the ball. I think today, I think he did a great job today fighting. They kept coming with double teams when he caught the ball in the post. I thought he did a great job of kicking it out, not being selfish. And those are things that he's going to see going forward. He's a really good player, and it's a great time for him to start seeing these things, start seeing these double teams, seeing these people help, so he knows when to kick it, knows when to go score. But it's great having him on the team. Being able to throw him the ball and get buckets in the paint is huge for us.
There's some inexperience out there at times. I think there's things as a group we can do better. I thought that there were obviously a number of open shots we missed. I thought there were some opportunities to throw it in the post that we didn't get great position, or we were late getting the ball, which impacts people scoring. There were a number of times we had some careless turnovers, trying really hard. Obviously, guys are trying really hard, I thought we were amped up. I thought we were flying around, and that's why we had some shots earlier that didn't go in. They usually do. So it's a combination of things. I thought the way it went the other night down at NC State was probably more what you're going to see, where we have 6 guys in that 10 to 20 point range. But Andrew got a hot hand, and then takes it. Only a fool would not keep going to it, and so we kept going to it. It's not common. Someone's got it going. You want to make sure they're touching the ball to make plays, and he had it going tonight, and we rode him. Like I said, at the end of this down the stretch, we had about a 4-minute stretch where I think we didn't score. We missed 2 open threes and a couple layups, had a couple turnovers, and we probably should have adjusted something defensively a little earlier than we did to get out of Dingle's hands. But give them credit for making a couple more plays and giving themselves a 2-possession lead there late was the difference. We tried to do a couple things a little differently. But we felt like the main thing was defensively. We thought we were giving a great effort defensively, and then we'd given up a couple offensive rebounds to extend possessions that had hurt us, and we'd had a few turnovers that led to easy baskets in the first half that had hurt us. Otherwise, they'd had 27, 28 instead of 32. So it was more about shoring up what we were doing there. Offensively, it was about calming down. We tried to adjust how we were handling their ice a little bit in the ball screen. Actually, and then did it again later in the second half. But for the most part. It was pretty similar to what we were doing. But it's just a couple things here and there. The games are close. Like if you win every 4 minutes by point, you win by 8 throughout the game, and that's the way it's going to go. We're not playing Little Sisters of the Poor. We don't have any of those on the schedule, so there's never going to be a game where we can just roll out there and show up we're going to win. We have to play well every time out. We got to play hard every time out. We got to play together every time out. And I thought that we played really hard. I thought we played together. I thought, unfortunately, a couple times we had a couple careless with the ball a couple times. It's not just at the end. Like you can go back to, you say the last 4 minutes, but you go back to earlier in the game, but we're tied or behind because we've had a couple of those.
It just stands out more.
But if you can eliminate more of those throughout the game, then you get to that point, and instead of being tied, you're up 4 or 6, and that changes the way the game's played at the end. So the good thing is everything we need to do, we can take care of. There's things I wish we had adjusted a little bit differently on. Throughout the game, a couple of things I wish we worked on more going into the game. Especially with their guards posted. We didn't spend a lot of time on that. They'd done that in the past, but obviously with Florida State, they weren't going to do that with them. They hadn't really done with George Mason the other night, but probably should have worked a little bit more on that going into the game, just to how we wanted to handle it to get it out of there, because they got that late in the first half, then late when they didn't need it late in the second half, they got it. So it's a learning experience. I still think we're better today than we were when it started, and it's a process. We're going to come out here on Wednesday and give everything we got to try to beat Ryder. It won't be easy.
What are you looking for from Ryder?
Honestly, I haven't looked at him yet. I haven't seen a second of him yet. I know that they've got a kid that transferred back in that's a big, strong kid. They're going to be physical. They're going to try to pressure us. They're going to try to throw it in the paint and attack the glass, and we're going to have to do a much better job with that stuff. Yeah, I thought we did a lot of good things. I think there was, we'll go back and look at it, but I feel like there was more good than bad, but it wasn't enough good to win the game, and that's what it's about at the end of the day. You're trying to win the game, and so we'll take tomorrow off. We'll get back and work on what we need to work on to get ready to play Ryder on Wednesday night and go from there.